So today I'm gonna do a little Q&A session. So one of the questions that I get the most from you guys is, how do you manage to maintain multiple languages at the same time? And what do you do to keep up with them? But to be very honest with you, I don't. From the videos you see on my channel, you'll find me speaking Korean, English, and Chinese. But I gotta say, it is very hard to stay fluent in multiple languages at the same time, and my fluency constantly fluctuates. And among these three languages, Korean is my native language. It is the language of my family and my country. And knowing that, you might think it's odd that I included Korean in the list of languages that I have to keep up with. But I think one's native language also needs maintenance. My Korean, just like any other foreign languages, would get rusty if I don't use it. I might never forget it, since it is my mother tongue, but if I don't speak it regularly, I will find that my speech pattern will become less complex and less sophisticated. And I'll occasionally forget the words that I know that I probably heard hundreds of thousands of times. The other day, I actually could not think of the word sash in Korean, which is gyeonjang that I used to wear during the competition. During the Miss Korea competition, right? I just could not think of the word. It happens. It happened to me a lot, especially when I lived in the States. At that time, I lived with a local host family, and all my friends were English-speaking Americans, and all the courses at school were taught in English. So English, that once was my foreign language, became an essential part of my life. So when I came back to Korea during the break to see my family and friends, I would actually feel that I am less eloquent in my native language than I once was. Yeah, and I often had to mix up some English words when I speak Korean. I just couldn't put the thought into proper Korean sometimes. But nowadays, since I live with my family in Korea, I spend most of my days speaking Korean. So my Korean is on point right now. Right? 나 한국말 엄청 잘하잖아. Excuse me? 내가 한국말을 못한다고 생각하는 이유는 너의 한국말이 이상하기 때문이야. 그래서 내가 이해를 못하는 거야.
나 오늘 1등.
Nobody would understand Taeyong speaking Korean, literally, no. Because this is how he speaks. Oh wait, can I have your glasses for a sec? 안경 좀. 나 너 진짜 잘 따라할 수 있어. I could mimic him so well.
안경까지 다해.
This is literally you. This is your posture. Every time.
내가 그렇게 앉아 근데?
Yeah, you sit like this. You know? Literally, this is you. But anyway, this is Taeyong during the meeting. You'd be like, 누나가 방금 말한 아이디어는 범용성이 없어. 그래서 전 스토리라인과 개연성도 없기 때문에 이거는 일단 차치하고 다음 아이디어를 생각해보자. 방금 제 말 이해하셨나요? 한국말이었어요. 너무 약간 he uses those fancy words that nobody understands. But now the problem is that I'm losing my English and my Chinese. It's been a little more than a year, right, since I came back to Korea. So my English at this point is so broken and Koreanized to the point where my English friends don't understand my language. So the other day, I was at a cafe that had really nice posters, and I wanted to compliment on it. So I went up to the owner, who was American, and said, "I love this thing you have here. They are beautiful." I just could not think of the word coasters at that moment. I was so frustrated. But this happens. I'm losing everything. And Chinese, just like English, it is another foreign language that I've learned that once made a huge impact on my life. So back when I was in Beijing in my junior year in college, I spent every single day speaking Chinese. During the day, I had classes that were taught in Chinese at Peking University, and later in the day, I would go back home and spend my time with my host family. So yeah, I had a frequent exposure to Chinese every single day when I was in Beijing and could actually say that I speak Chinese at that time. But now that I'm living in Korea, I don't have many chance to speak Chinese here. Jinmi is my only Chinese speaking friend here in Korea. So yeah, but what helps me a lot to maintain the language is my friends from abroad, especially when it comes to English. English speaking community here in Korea is quite small, but very tight. So we do various projects and community service together in Seoul. So spending time with them allows me to re-engage with the language once again. And to maintain my written English, I try to keep a daily journal. I just record my thoughts and feelings on the experiences that I live each and every day here. I think it really helps me a lot. It not only helps me unclutter my mind, but also helps me to maintain my English as natural and as native as possible. I think it is very important to stay in touch with the languages on a daily basis. So I try to read more English content, like Netflix. And we'll talk about Netflix later in another video. I recently found a really nice English content. It is called Yanadoo. So Yanadoo is a platform that provides online English courses. Their videos are about 10-minute long. I think it's their slogan saying like 10-minute English a day, right? 사실 언어를 할 때 제일 중요한 게 계속해서 이 언어랑 터치를 하는 게 중요한 것 같아요. 그래서 야나두처럼 짧은 이런 10분이라도 매일매일 보고 repetitive하게 연습을 하면 회화 능력이 충분히 향상될 거라고 생각합니다. I think their contents are really fun too. Like they translate certain sentences into English that are like quite funny. 사실 태영이도 매일 저한테 그 데일리 센텐스 보고 맨날 저한테 써봤거든요. 지렸다 이 단어를 쓰는데 그 야나두가 지렸다라는 표현을 영어로 translate 해서 나왔더라고요. 뭐였지? Oh yeah, he was like, oh, I think I just peed a little. He says that all the time now. 맨날 저한테 그거 써먹어요. 야나두랑 좀 더 저희 구독자분들에게 실질적으로 도움이 될 수 있는 방안을 찾으려고 미팅을 했는데 결론적으로 먼저 실행하는 아이템 중 하나가 저희 채널 sookim 이용해서 야나두에 만약에 신청을 하게 되시면 5만 원의 디스카운트를 받을 수 있다고 합니다. 사실 온라인 코스도 비쌀 수 있잖아요. 그러니까 그 5만 원 쿠폰 꼭 이용하시고 모두 열심히 야나두 영어 공부하시길 바랍니다. I think it is one of the best ways to do repetitive English exercises. Yeah. And their advertisement is actually really funny, so I'll put the link down below for you to watch. Check it out. So that's it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next Saturday. See ya! Bye! And I experienced that a lot, especially when I was